Hello and welcome. Today I'm at the North Sea Observatory, which was built in 2018, and it's a purpose-built marine observatory sitting on Chapel Point. My name's Helen Millington, and today I'm going to talk about speech and voice and how you can use that effectively in your business. So the first thing we ought to think about is, what is speech and voice? So speech is essentially defined as the sounds which are produced by alterations of the vocal apparatus, and we'll go into more detail about that, to shape and expel air from the lungs. And it's also the sounds that are produced by the coordinated use of your voice and articulation to construct words that convey meaning. So it's essentially just the sounds that you create in a particular language. So how do breath and the voice actually come together? So breath supports the voice by providing a stable and reliable platform from which we can begin to create speech. The breath allows us to speak without straining or injuring the vocal folds, which we'll talk about also in a moment, and it keeps us relaxed and free of tension in the body. It allows us the freedom to alter and adapt our speech patterns as we need, and it also allows us to be creative with our voices and make something that sounds really nice, exciting and interesting. So essentially, language is split up into two areas. They are phonetics and phonology. I'm not going to get too technical about it, but phonetics is the study of speech sounds. So their physical properties, how they're produced by the vocal tract, and how people perceive these sounds. Whereas phonology is the study of the systematic organisation of speech sounds in languages and the rule systems that govern how those particular speech sounds are used to produce meaningful words. So you've heard me mention the vocal folds, or sometimes referred to as the vocal cords. These are two very small flaps which exist in the throat, which essentially move against one another in a wave-like motion. Some people think they hit each other like this, but they don't. They essentially move together in a wave like this. And the more times those waves come together and touch each other, the higher the sound. So a low man's voice hits together quite slowly, whereas a high female voice comes together much quicker. So in order to actually create the sounds that we recognise as language, we have to employ these 5 organs of speech. And those are essentially moving from the front to the back of the head. We have the lips, the teeth, the tongue, the hard palate, which sits just behind the front top teeth, and the soft palate, which sits further back towards the back of your mouth, where your mouth joins your throat. Now, when we're using those 5 organs, what we're actually doing when they come together is creating consonant sounds. So in order to create these consonant sounds, 2 or more of those 5 organs of speech have to come together. They have to meet. But vowel sounds, on the other hand, are open sounds, and therefore there are no surfaces of those 5 organs of speech which are touching when we create a vowel sound. Now, there are 5 vowels in the English language, as we know, A, E, I, O and U, but in fact there are 24 vowel sounds, and that stretches across all accents, dialects and voices across the English language. So that's the end of this session. In the next session, we'll be looking at how you can use your voice to create impact in your business.